Okay, Paul here, and today on the bench we have this new radio to work on, new gigantic radio. It's a Echophone, and it just come in to be repaired. You see the case is a wood grain case, got some scarring and scratches, normal for a radio of this age. In the front we have a speaker grill that has some poles here. I might be able to tap them back in place. The knobs appear to be wood grain too. They're probably Bakelite. Yeah, they're Bakelite. This is a switch which has a piece of string coming out there. Probably something somebody tied on there at one point. This would be the tuning, I would imagine, which is working. However, there is no dial indicator, so you may be missing a string or a dial cord, the dial cord or the pointer. This is another switch. I'm assuming one of them is the power, and the other one could be radio and possibly auxiliary input phono or something. This seems really weird here. It's got tension on it. I don't know what that is. So we'll look at that. One of them is the volume. And a nice tiger wood grain around the edge there. Really nice looking. Inside, there's no back on the radio, which for this particular style radio would not surprise me that it don't have a back. Get some light in there so you can see. Alright, there's our tuning thing, and yes, the string is gone. So it's, or either that, it's a direct drive tuner. Oh, there it is. There's the string there. This is one of those that has the coils, tuned radio frequency coils, and these bars here. There's one in here, one in here. They go up and down and change the conductance, then change the frequency of the filter by making a capacitance effect with that bar that slides up and down in those coils. It's a 3-tube, and they're small, 9-pin tubes. Looks like they're all RCA. I can't tell for sure, but I would imagine they're RCA tubes. Probably not. This one might have been. I guess it's RCA. It looks like it said Electrolux. The numbers are pretty well gone on these tubes, so we'll have to figure that out. It's the 2 IF cans. There's a tube missing. Now we're getting somewhere. So there's a tube missing here. Don't think that's a tube socket. No, that's just an imprint. So right now it's looking like a 4-tube, but it should be a 5-tube. There's a socket right there now. I guess it's a 4-tube radio, tuned frequency kind of dial there. Nice 8-inch speaker. 2 IF cans. Not seeing a model number. Let me check the bottom sometimes. And there's the serial number there. And the chassis number is there. Let's see if we got a model number on the bottom here. No, just screwed in. So anyway, that's the radio. I see the dial string going across the top. Now that I tilted it back, it's here. And it looks like it's intact on there, so it's just missing a pointer. Hopefully it fell off inside and we can find it and maybe get it back attached. We'll see what we can do there, but at least the string's there. So I'm gonna I guess I'm going to have to take it out of the case so we can see what we got and what's going on with it. We got a jack here that's broken. There's two pieces there. I don't know what that connected to. Strange. It's got 4 pins, so it's got 4 wire. Have to pull a schematic to find out where that goes. It's color coded. A red stripe, a red and a black, and a solid. So those are the wires for that. This is most likely the antenna wires here. Ground and antenna. Let me see if I can get those knobs off and gently get it out of the case. It'll take a lot less room. Okay, I got the chassis out of the radio. And we got some issues with that there. That's why that's not wanting to turn right. Oh, it's broken. String broke up here. See, that goes up and down there. That probably connected to this string here, which this one dropped down to, and that's bent. Let's see if I can get that string. Yeah, that dropped down. Yeah. Okay, so we know we got to deal with that. First, that's our tuning. We ain't going to get no stations with that like that. This RF can looks like it's been, well, both of them look like they're kind of smashed down, but they look okay, I guess. That's going to be fun, trying to get that to go back in there. There's something whack there, but this string broke. Probably somebody yanked it, trying to change the station. That's this one down here. Yeah, it's not doing nothing. String's broken here. Oh no, that's the tuning string. Okay. I mean the dial string. Okay, so we've got the radio out. We are missing a tube. Don't know what tube that is. This tube is definitely at an angle. Might have a damaged pin. This is the one I took out. It's fine. That one's fine. I guess it just kind of came loose. Let's take a look at it. A lot of rust around that socket. Seems okay. And don't know what those tubes are. Yeah, there's been a lot of age on this unit. You know, anytime you have a radio with an open back, water's going to get in there and do this kind of stuff over time. Okay, so I'll have to do a search and try to find out what model this is. In the meantime, let's go ahead and look at the bottom. Okay, I can just set it this way. And just like we only have a couple tubes, we only have a couple capacitors and resistors. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wax capacitors that definitely got to be changed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it looks like 5. And 1 dry electrolytic, which, by the way, is really dry. As you can see, they all dry out. The middle of this is totally gone. 10 microfarad, 150 working roll. Well, no problem there. We want to make sure this output transformer is working, which I'll check across it. I had a hard time getting the plug wire out of the socket here, but I got it out without any damage to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tube set. And there's 1, 2, 3, 3 mica caps, which are most likely fine. Oh, 4, there's one up there. It looks like somebody changed one at some point. That's different than the others. Yep, somebody changed that one out. Unless they had, sometimes they have a surplus of stock when they're building a unit. And if they've got some old ones left over from a previous project, they'll throw them in a radio model to get rid of them and use them up. But mica capacitors don't usually go bad, so they're not a problem. It's just these wax capacitors, they gotta go. Nice gigantic dog bone resistor there. And then we got some carbon resistors. Again, see, they probably had a whole surplus of these dog bone power resistors. That's probably a 5 watt. And so you see how they got it bent down where the air can get all the way around it to kind of keep it cool because they get hot. And then, you know, carbon are just normal resistors, but this predates this radio. So again, probably something they had in stock that they wanted to use up rather than, you know, buying new power resistor. Can't blame them. Perfect idea. Those things last forever. So here's how the tuning goes. Let's stand this up and I'll show you how that part works, or it did work. Right now the string is no, it's on the, okay. The string comes around from this spring, comes around here, goes across the tuning knob here, this string, which slides from one side. There's some dirt on there, probably left over from something. I don't know what that is. Anyway, it'll slide over this pulley, around here, around this pulley, back over here, and then down, and then it wraps around this tuning shaft and comes back to this spring. Now that doesn't look exactly kosher, but it probably is. No, it's not. It's not seeming like it wants to even turn. I've never seen one come straight down like that to the turning rod. Usually they come around, but maybe because it's behind. Oh wait, we definitely got an issue there. We got 2 strings, one on a pulley, one not on a pulley. Yeah, something's wrong. This is supposed to come, this don't belong up here. It's supposed to come around here and then up over that pulley around and maybe that slides over that. I don't see like there's any pulley missing there. Just weird to have 2 pulleys and then let the string slide over the bar on the 3rd round. That don't make much sense, but maybe that's what they did. So next thing is to try to find an Echophone schematic. Aha, and I think we found the model number, I'm hoping, if that's not just a plate number. 83B272. Let's see if we can find the schematic so we can find out what these tubes are. I'll be back. Okay, I figured this out. I had a blonde moment there or something, I don't know. I remember now that the owner told me that this was a battery radio, and hence the big cabinet. That's for the big battery that goes in the back section there, where you see the wood is a different color, and we're going to be converting it to AC. What threw me off on that was when I first pulled out this tube, and I don't know if you can see that number there. It kind of confused me too. I'm not able to focus on it. Oh, maybe you can see some of it there. 12AU6. That's a television tube. Anyway, 12-volt tube. Well, you don't have a 12-volt tube in a battery radio. So, I mean, first seeing 12AU6 and thinking that tube can't belong here, and then, you know, it being a 12-volt tube, I'm just thinking standard radio, right? They use 12-volt filament tubes. But I did find a schematic on a better note, and made me feel a little bit better. And it's a model EC 600, and I have the schematic here. It's not the best schematic, but it'll work. The numbers are kind of blurry. Talks about the tubes there. The mixer oscillator is a 1R5. The IF amp is a 1T4. The detector and first audio is a 1S5. The 1S5 is in the radio, and the output amp is a 3Q4. So this would be the 3Q4, which is missing. So I'll have to buy that. This is supposed to be the IF amplifier. It's a 1T4, not a 12AU6. And this one, it should be a 1.5R, but there's no reading, no letters on that. I don't know. I'm going to test it on my tester as a 1.5R and see if that's indeed what it is. And had I pulled this tube out first, well, I looked at it because, you know, it's got the RCA electrode label on it, which is really a good tube. But had I pulled it out first, that also would have refreshed my memory, because it is a 1S5, which I don't think you can see that there, unfortunately. It's hard to read these. They're so light. Actually, this one and the 12AU6 are the only two I could read, but I could barely read this one, and it's a 1S5, so I got to check it too. And then the other one, of course, is the audio amplifier, and it's missing, and hence the secret, the mystery of the broken wire. An A battery and a B battery, and that's easy to take care of. And of course, this was also playing with my mind, because I got to fix that, and I knew the dial cord was wrong. And fortunately, I not only found a schematic, I found a schematic that has how to wire. This is the thing with the rods that go in and out, and actually they would be flipped sideways, as you can tell by the text. And somewhere up here, let me get it back to normal. Yeah, okay, down here. There's the way the dial string goes. So I've got everything I need to fix those two, which is a good thing. I would have figured it out, but it'd have been a pain. It's so much easier when you get the right stuff. I knew that these two strings went together. They simply broke. And then this is connected, but it's not turning because they got that wrong. It's not supposed to go like that. See how they got this going, one behind the wheel, one on the wheel. And if you look here, it goes one on the wheel this way, one on the wheel that way. You see how they go around the wheel and around the control. So I knew that was wrong, and that's why it won't turn. Still have to get a pointer for it. Might be able to pull something off an old parts radio for that. But now I know what tubes I need, I know what's missing, and I know what the battery voltages are, and we're going to put a replacement in here to run it off AC. That's not a problem either. For testing purposes, while I'm waiting on that to come in, I'll probably just use some flashlight batteries and a few 9-volt batteries to give me the B+, which will be interesting. You'll get to see how to make a battery pack. If I put one together, I'll probably put one together for this. I do have a DC power supply that I could use for the 1.5 volt, but a flashlight battery do just as good. So we'll get working on that. I just wanted to give an update, and now that I know everything and I got the schematic, I'm good to go. So I'll continue this video when I get it set up. Okay, I checked these 3 tubes, and they're all bad. Actually, they actually even have open filaments, so they they got to be replaced. Even the 12 AU6 is bad. The filament on that is pin 3 and 4. There's no continuity. The tested doesn't even move on any of them because filament's open. This one and this one, which are the correct tubes for the set, both the filaments open on those as well. I don't know. Somebody might have tried to plug this thing in a wall at one time or something. Just blew these filament strings out, or they tried to do something. Maybe that's why this is broken. Maybe they tried to drive it somehow, and I don't know, with too much voltage and burnt up the filament strings. And I don't know why they had that in there. Maybe it was in it when they bought it at 12AU7. So anyway, I got to order the tubes. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and while I'm waiting on them to come in, I'll be working on this and changing the caps and stuff like that. But this concludes part 1 of the introduction on this radio, and we will continue when the tubes come in and I get battery packs made up. So if you find this video useful, please give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Helps me keep my videos online, and these are good videos to kind of pass on the knowledge. That's why I make these videos, so that others can learn how to do these radios, how to troubleshoot them, how to fix them, how to repair them, kind of passing on the torch to the younger generation. So anything you can do to help by liking and subscribing is really appreciated. Thank you, and we will be continuing with a part 2 before long.